Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly What's Up. I'm Jacob Clore.
And I'm Rachel Anderson, and this is your Weird National News. If you are passionate about Christmas and are able to untangle Christmas lights, Tesco supermarkets have the perfect job for you. According to the Huffington Post, these are the two qualities that Tesco is looking for in a potential employee responsible for untangling Christmas lights in one of their United Kingdom locations. Untangling those lights are a pain in the butt, so you might as well pay someone to do the job for you, right? Tesco posted an ad looking for an enthusiastic person to come in during the holiday season. Pay and hours are unknown, but at least customers will be thankful for not having to do the dirty work themselves.
I would not have the patience at all to do this. I would get through maybe like 2 knots and then be like, I'm done. I quit. Goodbye.
See, I was raised on like the system of wrapping Christmas lights around newspaper. I don't know if you've ever done that, but it like makes it so much easier when it comes to like relighting things. I mean, of course, every now and then they can get retangled, but it's genius.
Imagine this scenario. You just enjoyed a lovely plate of pancakes at your local IHOP, and you pay your bill, and hopefully you tip well. You then walk out to your car, and boom, it is gone. Well, according to the Huffington Post, that's the reality diners face at a Mississippi IHOP when a sinkhole swallowed up at least 14 cars. At around 7:15 p.m., witnesses said they heard a loud boom. The power went out, and the ground opened up. The cars fell about 30 feet into the ground. Recovery workers hope to move the cars within the next few days, but rain might slow down their efforts. In a horrible turn of events for the operators of the restaurant, the location had just opened up a week prior. Luckily, no one was injured, but now they will forever be known as the IHOP that experienced a sinkhole in its first week.
I don't even understand how sinkholes work.
Mm-hmm.
Like 30 feet and the ground just opened up. That's terrifying.
Yeah, and you, like I said, they're probably just, enjoying their meal, yada, 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 and then all of a sudden you're like, how are we getting home?
What if that was a restaurant with all those people?
Well,
That's
I guess,
scary.
definitely counting your blessings in that situation.
This is how I'm going to die, I can tell. Jacob, if you could pick any zoo animal to pet, which one would it be?
Well, probably like a giraffe, because that's my spirit animal.
Oh, that's a good one. That's interesting. Well, according to NBC News, an intoxicated woman in Nebraska entered Henry Dorley Zoo and tried to pet a tiger of all animals. Unfortunately, when she reached her hand in the cage, the tiger did not purr and love her forever. Instead, the 18-year-old tiger named May bit the woman's hand. A friend drove the drunk and violent woman to a nearby hospital. Police warn that if you try to pet a tiger, you will most likely get bitten. Good warning from police.
Yeah. How can you be so stupid? So, I guess alcohol involved, of course. But how can you be so stupid to still wander into a zoo and expect the tiger to react?
And one of my really good friends was actually talking about this recently, how we both would like to have a tiger or a lion as a pet someday, just because they're such cool animals, you know? And so I guess that thought went a little bit too far for this woman.
It reminds me of Jasmine from Aladdin. She had a nice tiger.
That's true.
That's a cartoon.
That's true. Or if you've read Life of Pi,
Yeah.
You can tame it with time, maybe, kind of.
Maybe. Well, Rachel, have you ever wondered what would happen if an actress or musician came on the scene with your name?
No, but I have Googled my name, and all that pops up in Google Images are a bunch of fairies. So I'm assuming some woman has this really creative ability of drawing these really detailed and pretty fairies with my name.
Yeah, cool. Well, meet Taylor Adam Swift, a 30-year-old photographer living in Seattle, Washington. According to the Huffington Post, Swift looked into Swift's music when she released her debut album in 2006. He thought it was pretty cool that she wrote country music. However, she has become a musical phenomenon ever since, and, well, he cannot escape her shadow. He has received email from Swift fans, and his photography business gets overshadowed on Google, and people cannot help but be astonished when they hear his name. Swift jokes that he likes the mail because he gets countless "you're beautifuls" or "you're a fantastic singer." He also believes there are definitely worse names to have.
That's true. Taylor Swift's a pretty, I feel average name, but at the same time, having to share a name with someone that famous and that, big of a deal.
I'm surprised this guy hasn't gotten to the news before, but he's recently been popping up on social media.
That's true. And how long has Taylor Swift been around? For a long time now.
Almost 10 years if you think about it, since 2006. Have you ever seen that picture of the trucks where it's Taylor and Swift?
Yeah, I have.
I love it.
It's funny.
Awesome.
A man in Oregon is awaiting a grand jury investigation after being arrested on auto theft charges. This sounds like a normal, not exciting story, but according to NBC News, it was his shirt that gave cops a laugh. Roshan Garrett took off in a stolen car in Portland last week. He eventually ditched the car and fled on foot. Garrett was later found hiding in a bush by a police dog. When officers arrived to pull Garrett out, they noticed his shirt that read, "Warning, I do dumb things." Garrett was charged with 2 counts of attempting to elude law enforcement, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Thankfully, police snapped a picture of the man in his shirt and broadcasted it for all of us to see.
I think it's hilarious when you see these kind of mugshots and just the things that people wear or like the faces that they make. It just makes for a funny day for us all.
It's pretty funny. At least he has a sense of humor as he's stealing cars.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's all we have for Weird National News.
But stay tuned, because when we come back, we will have Susanna Shepard and Mary Desmond with Awkward Moments.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Weekly What's Up. I'm Mary Desmond.
And I'm Susanna Shepard, and this is Awkward Moments.
There's nothing better than awkward family photos, especially when a photographer captures just the right moment.
Sometimes this can be the perfect smug expression on a kid's face, or it could be the exact moment a child falls down during a photo shoot and the picture gets him falling mid-air.
It could be the perfect moment when something crazy happens and someone decides to take a weird picture. It doesn't matter what happens in them, they all tell a story. A very weird, awkward story.
Very awkward indeed. This first one is just, I don't even know. It's crazy. These people literally crashed into a house. They crashed into a house and they decided to take a picture with it. Like, what does that mean? Who does that? What kind of people are you? Why is this picture the first thing that pops into people's heads? Just no.
This is too weird. I mean, first of all, I can't get over the fact that these people literally crashed into a house. They crashed into a house! Like, how does that happen? I'm pretty sure that only happens in movies. And then they just, like, stop and decide to take a picture because, like, everyone's okay. They're like, okay, we're all okay, let's take a picture. Like, I don't...
And then it emerges on Awkward Family Photos and it goes viral on the internet, and then everyone's like, these people did this thing and it happened and it's here.
You can see the car and the rubble in the background. Like, this isn't...
Like, do you think it was their house? Do you think it was somebody else's house? Like, how did the car go off the road? I want to know the backstory.
It's a big family, too.
Oh my goodness.
I don't understand.
I don't even think the people in the picture understand.
Yeah.
They just did it.
They all are just like standing, like just looking at the camera. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Well, this next photo is probably one of my absolute favorites. The photographer in this is my all-time hero.
The llama is in focus, but the couple isn't. Oh my God. It's just great.
It's true art. It's fantastic. I love this picture so much. I love this picture so much that I want this to be my wedding photo. Like, this desperately needs to happen. Llamas are my favorite animals of all time. When you think of llamas, you only think of good things. The Emperor's New Groove, Napoleon Dynamite. Like, there's nothing wrong with llamas.
Tina. No, this is actually really funny because I got a notification today of like a year ago, Susanna like posted on my Facebook wall something about llamas. Like, she was literally like, I think she just put on my wall the definition of llamas from like the Merriam-Webster dictionary, and it says something like, what does it say?
The definition of a llama in the Merriam-Webster dictionary is the South American hoofed animal that chews the cud. I looked it up in 6th grade. And I remembered it ever since.
That chews the cud.
That chews the cud.
Tina, come get your dinner.
Tina, you fat lard, come get your dinner.
I can't. Oh, okay, so this next photo is actually great because the same thing happened to my friend Kelly. This is a photo of a family who really wanted to get a cute family portrait taken in San Francisco, you know, by the Golden Gate Bridge. But it just ended horribly, just awkwardly. It was just bad because there's a nude guy in the background and he's just like naked. This reaches new levels of awkward.
Like, imagine being that photographer and knowing what was happening behind these people, and they had no idea that it was going on. So they just captured the moment, and now it's just some hilarious family memory.
It's too much. Also, the dog in this picture, he's too much.
He's the only one that noticed.
It looks like he's like looking right at the guy, like the nude old man, and he's just like, what? It's just wonderful.
I wonder how many pictures, like if you know somebody who like personally had this happen
Yeah,
to them,
this
I
happened.
wonder how many pictures like these actually like exist.
But like the funny thing is with Kelly, she didn't they got the picture taken. Somebody took the picture of them, and then she like posted on Instagram. And she didn't like notice it in the background, and then all of a sudden, like about a week, it was like she posted like a week later, and then like a few hours after she posted it, one of our friends like screenshot it and zoomed in and like posted it again. It was like, there's a nude guy in the back of your picture, Kelly. It was just great. It was super fun.
That is really fun.
Awkward, wonderful.
Well, this next photo is pretty weird, just like the rest of them. Some kids just have some really odd interests.
This kid and his vacuum cleaner. I've heard of a boy and his dog before, but never a boy and his household appliance.
It's crazy. Would you like some pizza?
Sure.
While I explain the backstory of this?
I'll have some pizza.
Go for it. I just wanted to share with everyone the backstory that was provided on awkwardfamilypictures.com because it makes this picture so much better. This kid really has a thing for appliances. Like he really appreciates random household machinery, I guess, which, I mean, that's cool, but the caption goes like this. As a child, my boyfriend loved other appliances, and in his eyes, all other appliances paled in comparison to the vacuum cleaner. When he was around 5, his mom took him to the photography studio to get his picture taken. He specifically asked the photographers if they had a vacuum cleaner that he could take his picture with, and they found one for him, and he's just chilling with the vacuum cleaner in the picture. Like, they didn't bring the vacuum cleaner with them. He specifically asked to take a picture with the vacuum cleaner.
No, this is too much. I know a kid who's sort of similar to this. He had a thing for lamps. Lamps. Like, this kid loved lamps.
I love lamp.
Yeah, literally.
Brick Tamlin.
He literally did. Like, he's like, okay, so this one time, we went to a baseball game, and he was probably like 7 or 8 at the time, and I was babysitting him, and we were like walking around the playground area, and there was just like this random lamp lying on the ground. Like, there was a lamp at a baseball park. I don't know why it was there, but he like ran over to it, and like he was super excited. He picked it up and started hugging it. It was the weirdest thing ever. It was so weird.
I don't
Like,
understand.
It's great. I mean, it's fantastic. Like, this kid loves lamps. This kid loves vacuums.
I love
like,
lamp. I don't think I was that weird as a kid, but you know, to each their own. To each their own.
It's true. True. This next one is just wonderful photography. It captures the perfect moment that only those who are extremely lucky get.
This photographer got the family jumping across the beach with their kids and got the moment when one of the kids broke from his mom's arm mid-air.
I love the positioning of the kid in the air. He looks so at peace. Like, he's faced his fate. He's just most definitely going to crash face first in the sand. Like, it's inevitable. But, like, he's realized that. And he's just like, okay.
And the look on the mom's face, though, it's so appropriate. It says everything that a mother who dropped her kid mid-air should be thinking. She is very appropriately like, oh crap, what have I done? What can I do at this point? And I think it's so funny with this picture because if you go into any like middle class suburban white family and look at their mantle, they have a picture of them dressed in like all white and khakis or like a white dress of all of them doing the exact same thing on the beach. But this picture is it's just so much better.
It's so funny. I think we should in our apartment get some family pictures
We should.
taken. Super
Definitely.
cheesy. Yeah, it's definitely a wild picture, especially with the kid like totally about to fall. It's too much.
It's
too
great.
much. What did you give me earlier? Some pizza?
Some pizza, yeah, some pizza from Benny's.
That-
We had a percentage night, VTTV. You
Benny's
should support
Pizza.
us. Donate, get some pizza.
Totally.
I
Donate
mean,
to.
by the time you watch this, the percentage night is done,
But you know what? VTTV 33 is always still around. We could always use your support
pizza's good too.
Always.
Wait for the next percentage
Pizza.
night.
and awkwardness.
Well,
Well, that sums up this week's episode of Awkward Moments. When we
with a
come
very
back,
awkward moment.
we will have Alec Holcomb and Haley Livenbaum with viral videos.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Haley Olivenbaum.
And I'm Alec Holcomb, and this is Viral Videos.
So a lot of people know that foxes have a special place in my heart, especially this little guy who's just doing foxy things.
What's he doing?
We have another Fox video going.
No, okay. This video is my everyday life. Because I'll like have Zora like chilling and she'll like go and steal something and then like chase after her and get it back and then she'll go and steal it again and she doesn't get the message about you can't steal stuff. It's not yours.
I love it because the guy doesn't decide to put away. Like he just like
He
throws it back on the ground and he's like, you know, I won't learn my lesson. The fox just steals it.
Like when
It's almost like reverse like fetch. Almost.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, like, I'll have something on the desk, and then she'll learn how to get on the desk. I'm like, okay, gotta put it up. And she'll just, like, keep going back to it and learn how to get higher and higher and higher, so you just have to, like, put it away. It's such a fox thing.
Yes, the guy fell over, too, just made the end of the video.
The fox just kind of sat there, like, whatever.
That's all good. I got his stuff. It's fine. So this next video has recently blown up the internet, thanks to the recent host on Saturday Night Live. Making fun of Hotline Bling, again, and Dad's dance moves, here's Donald Trump.
You used to call me on the cell phone. Some people dance like this. Call me on the cell phone. I swear it's cool to dance like this.
Donald. Donald kills me. Not in a positive way either.
Yeah, true. Okay. I like how he can't be, like, he just takes a second to, like, not be serious.
But even then, it's like, it made my, like, skin feel a little, like, crawly.
It did make me feel, I didn't know how I, like, felt about it at first.
Yeah,
like, I'm supposed not to like you, but, you know, you did make me laugh. So, I mean, I felt very on the fence about this. I'm not.
Like, him trying to be a dad when, you know, he's Donald Trump. I don't know. You know,
weird dad dance moves. I don't know.
Donald, not my thing.
So this last video I can't help but laugh at. This is simply the result of a girl being too nice and, well, she explains it in the video.
Somebody needs to help me. There was this bird on my driveway. Ah! There was a bird on my driveway and I thought it was dying, so I picked it up and it let me. I brought it in my house to go to... Well, I went to the bathroom. Oh my God! Why is it doing that? Well, I was going to the bathroom and then it flew and I can't get a hold of it.
This video reminds me of like something my mom would do, because like anytime there's an animal, she's like, I'm gonna be its mother now.
No.
Rescues it and saves it, and she would totally like find a bird and be like, it needs help, and then it would fly. Actually, probably has happened. We get a lot of birds in our house.
How'd you get birds in the house?
Well, I live like on a farm, and so birds just kind of fly in. But like my mom would be freaking like, the bird's in the house. Mom, you brought the bird into the house.
I've never had that happen before. Like the closest thing I would say is we found a dog like wandering in our yard and we took it in.
Dog's in the house.
But it's like it has a collar. It doesn't fly.
This girl is like freaking out, and you see the bird.
It's so funny. Like the girl is like, what did you expect? Like honestly, what did you expect when you brought a bird into the house? Like yeah, you might have thought like, oh, it might be dead or whatever, but in the end, it was just
it's not dead. It's chilling.
Bad call.
Oh, really alive.
Really bad call there. So, well, that's all for Viral Videos this week.
Stay tuned, because up next we have Kevin Stefani and Zaid Farrow of TTG and the Basilisk.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Kevin Stefani.
I'm Zaid Farah, and this is TTG and the Basilisk.
Okay, Zaid, make us feel warm and fuzzy in this week's Decent Drew.
This Decent Drew Award goes to Ashley, wife of terminally ill Daniel Fleetwood. A quite bittersweet story. A Star Wars fan who was diagnosed with terminally ill cancer was given special viewing of the December Star Wars premiere of The Force Awakens. After seeing building social media support for patient Daniel Fleetwood crescendoed using the hashtag #ForceForDaniel, Daniel's requests for an early screening of the film was granted by Disney. The hashtag caught the attention of two stars in the film, Mark Hamill, who plays as Luke Skywalker, and John Boyega, who stars as Finn. J.J. Abrams also called Daniel Fleetwood to give his wishes to the ill patient. The social campaign was led by his wife Ashley, Daniel's college sweetheart, married for 5 years. Daniel states of Ashley that however strong I am in this situation, Ashley is even stronger because she chose to be in this situation.
That's just the cutest thing I've ever heard.
It really is. The high school sweetheart kind of thing, college sweetheart, makes it like,
I bet
so much more meaningful, I guess.
He's probably going to pirate it and sell it to everyone to pay for those medical
God, that would just be the best. You know, he's just a big,
that would be hilarious.
Message to the industry, Yeah. Okay, Kevin, how about yours, man? Who's your Decent Drew?
My Decent Drew for this week goes out to Brian P. Brian found something even more troubling to him than his last name literally meaning urine. Phil Collins. The retired 1980s and 90s musical icon recently announced that he would be coming out of retirement to make a new album and go on tour after 10 years of silence. P decided to take this atrocity into his own hands, creating a petition on change.org called Phil Collins Must Be Stopped. The petition states Phil Collins has announced he is no longer in retirement. There is far too much suffering in the world as it is. This must be stopped. The petition has gained over 3,000 signatures and is addressed to who else but the United Nations. Who else can help us? I must say, I agree with Brian P. Phil Collins was never really good anyways, and I say this earth is better off without him making more music. I attempted to sign the petition, but it has been reported so much that the Brian P. took it down. So I still think that P's a hero, and for that, he earns my Decent Drew.
God, I don't think the UN is equipped to address such a major issue.
Yeah, it's just much more groundbreaking than things they're used to,
But his beats are so mellow, though. I don't think you understand.
Yeah, I understand the mellowness, but I can just feel how terrible they are in the air tonight,
Okay, Kevin, who is your scumbag for this week? Give us the decently deficient.
This week, following the Bournemouth versus Southampton Premier League soccer clash, a real act of scumbaggery took place. Footballer Adam Smith, a defender who plays for Bournemouth, gave his shirt after the match to a 12-year-old boy in the crowd. Promptly after receiving the shirt, the excited boy was robbed, as another Bournemouth fan, an adult, ran up to him, snatched the shirt out of his hand, and ran out of the stadium in a despicable act of indecency. The poor kid was devastated, and his story hit headlines in England, even grabbing the attention of Smith, who, in contrast, showed great decency by offering the kid another shirt. But God, what a heartless bastard, and for that he earns my decently deficient.
It's literally like taking candy from a baby.
Yes.
An older baby who likes sports.
More valuable candy.
Or soccer
You
specifically.
would probably get him 100 pounds if you wanted to sell it, or you would just probably put it in his room and he'd just be a happy kid. But no, that guy.
I mean, would you not take that shirt, though?
I mean, I would probably hit him first so he wouldn't remember who did it. But
well, that's decent.
Yeah. Other than that. How about you, Zaid? Who's your snake in the grass?
An Inquisitioner-esque prosecutor, Mr. Joe Freeman Britt, also known as the deadliest prosecutor in America, surged into the public eye when he was bashed by his successor as district attorney for Robinson County, North Carolina. Joe Britt has prosecuted 47 death row convicts, setting a Guinness World Record for prosecutor of death row cases. Recently, two people whose prosecution by Mr. Britt have been successfully repealed has cast serious doubts on Joe Britt, who has been accused in coercing these two African-American teens into providing false testimony for 5 hours of intense questioning and without the presence of lawyers. He is also accused of overlooking clear evidence that could have exonerated either of these teens. He has therefore been severely discredited, confirmed this week when his successor has denounced him as a bully.
Is that all that happened? They just called him a bully and discredited him?
Well, he responded that he ain't no pussy.
That's what
So
he's responsible?
yeah, so that kind of blew up, and then it's like people took a closer look at this, Spanish Inquisitioner kind of guy. He's a really big fan of the death penalty. I think is what he's
I would say so. Was it
Yeah.
47 times?
47 times.
That's a lot of people.
That's like half of our output
almost,
of probably of North Carolina at least. Who knows?
The backwoods part at least.
Anyways, okay, Spawn 2 Brazi. I've waited all week for the TTG tirade. The time is here. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Zaid. As we're all aware, the end of an era is upon us. The great Frank Beamer has finally decided to call it quits this week as he announced his retirement last Sunday. As the winningest active coach in FBS history, Beamer boasts 277 career wins, 93 NFL draftees, 136 block kicks, 7 conference championships, 41 wins versus the AP Top 25 since 1995, 1 national championship appearance, a 100% graduation rate of a senior since 2012, and 22 consecutive bowl berths, which is certainly in jeopardy at the moment, but I believe in Frankie. Beamer is not only famous for his on-field achievements, but he is also notoriously kind, and everyone who's ever met him can attest to that. I just wanted to take my TTG tirade to congratulate him on an illustrious career, thank him for all that he's done for all of us at Virginia Tech. The only question that remains is who will replace him, and how well will he be able to fill Frank's giant shoes.
And what's amazing is also he's not even paid the highest paid by any means.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's humble in every
Nick Saban.
respect.
Yeah, he's a much better person than Nick Saban.
Yeah. Well, do they have any idea who might replace him? I mean,
Yeah,
I haven't been.
There's a lot of speculation about either his son or Bud Foster, defensive coordinator, but I don't really see either one of those people. I'm just not sure who we're going to get. I think we're going to get someone from another school.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Zaid, can you please force the Basilic's opinions down our throat in this week's Parcel Tongue Pontification?
This week's pontification is about waterboarding. Earlier, we mentioned coercion as a method of encouraging false testimony. There are many of us who would advocate the use of torture as an appropriate means of extracting information if it means saving many, many lives. This is unsurprising. However, many of these same people share a peculiar opinion. This opinion is that waterboarding, whereby the subject is put in a situation designed to mimic drowning for extended periods of time, is not a form of torture. During waterboarding, a victim's mouth is covered with a wet cloth and their lungs are filled with water, after which they are allowed to expel the fluid, usually by vomiting. And this forced choking is continued for periods as long as an hour or more. Whether or not you believe in torture to be means justifying ends, failing to recognize that it constitutes brutal treatment in general is such a flaw and shows so great a lack of comprehension of the severity of the experience that one is not capable of being in a position to determine its application on another person.
Wow. I mean, I don't really think it's that cool. When I'm a parent, I'm pretty sure I'm going to wake my kids up, It's going to be 8 a.m. in the morning, time for school. They don't want to get up, and just hold a rag over them.
Yeah, for an hour? You're going to waterboard your kids for an hour to get them out of bed?
Well, they'll probably be really sleepy. So.
Honestly, it took my brother that to get out of bed.
That.
Yeah.
I can see Tariq.
Shout out to Tariq.
Shout out Tariq.
He could not wake up.
Go to law school. Anyways.
Well, that'll do it. Damn. Darn.
He's going to law school.
Sorry, can we? Yeah.
He just had his interview with Northwestern. So good job, Tariq.
That'll do it for this week's episode.
Have a good week, everyone, and we'll see you next time on
TTG and the Basilisk.
Well, imagine this scenario. You just enjoyed a lovely plate of pancakes and you pay your bill at your local IHOP. Imagine this scenario. You just enjoyed a lovely sorry.
You didn't even say anything wrong.
Damn,
I think
Jacob.
the plate of pancakes is just like messing with me.
Carries with my name.
Yeah, cool. Well, meet Taylor Adams Smith. Whoa.
You're so confident. So confident.
Okay.
There is nothing better than awkward family photos, especially when a photographer captures.
Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Mary Desmond.
And I'm Susanna Shepard.
And this is Awkward Moments.
There's nothing better than awkward family photos.
Sorry. Come on, Jake. Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Jacob Klutter.
I'm Zaid Farah, and this is TT.